Today I'm going to share with you just a quick little, what do you want to call it? Quick little chat about my, I'll hypnotize you, my Dagger brush. So stick around. Hi everyone, Kelly here. So today I thought we would talk about my very favorite new brush that I got. Well, it's not so new anymore. It's about a year old. I finally got to a point where I have figured it out, or I think I figured it out. All right, so maybe you've tried lots of different brushes. Some brushes are difficult to use, or maybe you just haven't quite figured them out. The Dagger brush is one of those brushes. It took me some time to realize what it was good for, how I could use it in my watercolor practice. So this is what a Dagger brush looks like. It is known as a dagger because it looks like a dagger, look at that, or a sword type brush. It's got a very fine point at the tip, and these do come in all different sizes. It's just a 1/4 inch dagger brush, and it's made by Princeton. You can see it's got the brass here, and the base of this is wood. And these are synthetic squirrel hair is what this one's made out of. And this is so fun to use when you're creating florals. Great for leaves, and there's a lot of different shapes that you can create with it. Obviously, you can have the thin line, you can have, like if you're doing a leaf, you can go thin to thick to thin again. You can turn it on its side this way and get a wider, let's spin it this way, there we go. A wide, what do I want to say? A wide mark, that's the word. And then this one here, I did like a little star shape, but this is my very favorite thing to do. This is, and you're like, what is that? It's a blob. This is the beginning of my floral. And this is just by taking that brush and basically smooshing it onto paper. It creates the best loose flowers that I've ever managed to create. And I am an artist that really struggled with painting flowers. Matter of fact, I have a floral class coming out in April that I'm really excited about because I'm, sharing what I've learned and how to go from like a very tight looking realistic flower to something that is more soft and more loose and just really is more my style. What I liked, I struggled with flowers, and if you've watched my YouTube channel for a while, you've seen many of my struggles. I did a whole series it was 2 Aprils ago, on creating florals, and I just pick a flower and would attempt to paint them. And they were just never really in my heart. Like I just, they were okay, but they were never really great. There was a couple of them I really liked. It was a little lilac in a jar, and I'll post the link. It's actually one of my very favorite ones. But so I've been doing, this is a tighter painting. You can use the Dagger brush for like the little lines in here. And I have Make Time to Create live 15-minute warm-ups is coming up tonight on YouTube. It's Thursday nights. Every Thursday, myself and Kimberly Dean, and she does great flowers, by the way, alcohol ink flowers, and Beth Cluth, who does amazing alcohol ink work as well, but she's got great doodles with her. So I've been working with these two ladies, and I've really been inspired because during our Make Time to Create videos that we do every Thursday at 8 p.m., they're always choosing flowers. So I've really got plenty of practice with flowers. So tonight we're doing this one. I actually cut this one in half because I made it into bookmarks, but this is one of the ones that this is the one that we're doing tonight. Now, keep in mind, when we do these 15-minute paintings, we don't know what we're gonna be painting. We have our wheel that spins, and we have a bunch of photos that we've picked, between myself and them. We pick 12, usually 12 every month, and we spin the wheel, and that's the one we paint. So we don't have any prep time to try to figure out in our brains how we're gonna do these things. So it's really fun. So come join us on there. So this is tonight's, but you can see again, there's that beginning of that shape that I shared with you from this one here. And that's how I'm creating these very loose flowers with my Dagger brush. So let's just take a look at what this, again, I'm gonna hypnotize you, Dagger brush can do. You can see this is very, very soft. So it's got a lot of bend, a lot of spring back to it. Look at that. It's also very good for splattering, although it does go everywhere. All right, so I'm just gonna do a little red one here. This is one of the ones that we're gonna do tonight. It's like a little carnation. I think it's a carnation. So if I'm holding this brush, let's just look at some of the lines that you can do with it. I can use the very tip of that, and you can see how I can get a very squiggly little line. I can push flat, and I can create shapes like this. I can also press and come down and up. I can flip it over, press, come down and up this way, and create like a nice little petal shape. So, I mean, it's, again, takes practice to kind of get used to it, but my favorite thing is creating these little, basically they're like little blob shapes. And so I hold my brush kind of up here when I'm doing this, and I have the point down, and then I'm just basically scribbling and smearing that shape. And look at that. You can get a really great looking flower shapes, kind of like a carnation look, just by doing that. And then, you know, you could skip out if you want a little highlight on some of that. But again, very loose. That gives you a really great foundation for a flower. And then of course, if you want to change it up a little bit, so I'll add maybe a little purple inside there, you know, just tapping in some other colors. You can also smear, again, smear some other colors in there if you want. If you've got like a two-tone looking flower, maybe you've got one that is more of a center, you know, with like a poppy kind of look to it. So you can do so many different shapes with this. So let me just show you really quickly how I create the little stem. Start from the top and work your way down to create a nice stem. And then I'm gonna lean my brush sideways. And again, just like a little, very loose swoop. See, I can do a little twist and turn. Again, just creating some very loose shapes. You can see how fast that can go. Let's create another little flower here. And just leaving some of that white space. And you're just kind of dancing that brush all over the place. Gotta cover up some of that green that I have in there. This is starting to dry now. I do have a little bit of edge in this one. But let's just go in and see if it's still wet. I can take that center out of there. Again, very, very loose. And just another little shade of color in here. And you can see how sweet is that? It's just super fast, really easy. Again, doesn't have to be a masterpiece, it's just practice. And then you can dry that, and of course you can go back in and add more layers to get something like this. You know, maybe more rounded. You can really get into some of the details in the center there. So, Dagger brush, grab one. I'll have the links down below. They come in different sizes, so you could try different shapes, different sizes, but it's one of those brushes that you really need to play with. All right, so I hope that helped. Make sure to click that like and subscribe button and bell on the top there for notifications, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.